What's up YouTube? It's the How To Guy, and today we're doing a little segment called How To Guy Q&A. That basically means I answer 3 questions. I have 1 minute per question, and I'm going to give you all the facts you need to know. You learn something, I get to help you, and hopefully I get some subscribers. So let's see how this goes. So the first question is about how you disable auto tracking on this device, and that's going to be the first one in the segment. The next question I'm going to do is all about RAW photography, and the third question is going to be all about images and camera sensors and aspect ratios. So if you want to learn a little bit about photography and filming and action cameras and drones, then hit the subscribe button, because I'm going to do this at least once a week.
It's the How To Guy Q&A.
So without wasting your time anymore, let's get to the first question. Dear How To Guy, how do I disable face tracking on my Osmo Pocket? I'd like to have 2 people in my shot or in my frame. Is it possible to disable face tracking? So it is possible to disable face tracking on the Osmo Pocket, and this is how you do it.
So you got your Osmo Pocket, you swipe from the down and you need to enable Pro Mode. Just make sure it's actually colored in Pro Mode. Swipe up again. Then what you need to do is swipe up and you'll see the little thing goes follow, tilt lock, FPV. That's the one you want. You'll see just clicking on that button constantly will change the mode. Follow, tilt locked, and FPV is the one you want. Let's show you a working example of this in the...
So guys, as you can see, face tracking is actually on now, and if I move it away or I move it to the side, it continues to track my face. So let me switch over into FPV mode and show you what it looks like. So now I'm in FPV mode and I can tilt the camera and show more of the background. If somebody was next to me in the scene over here, they would be in the vlog. So I can pretty much do it without any face tracking. As you can see, it just goes wherever I want it to go. I hope you found this useful. What are the benefits to shooting in RAW? So many cameras, including action cameras, the Osmo Pocket, DSLRs, allow you to shoot in RAW or JPEG, or RAW and JPEG. RAW is an image format that captures all the data that your image sensor is able to record. JPEG, on the other hand, is compressed and a lot of the information is lost in your photograph. However, because no information is lost in RAW shooting, you're able to create much higher quality photos. When shooting in RAW, you record all the data from your sensor. And since you have this additional information on your image, it is much easier to do post-processing using RAW image files. You can retain more information in the highlights and shadows, and you can adjust your white balance in post in a much better way. Remember, when we talk about highlights or shadow recovery, we're actually talking about an image being under or overexposed. So RAW images provide a much better recovery option as opposed to JPEG images. I hope that answers your question and gives you a little bit of background onto why these things are important. Dear How To Guy, can you explain image sensors and their relationship to camera image quality? Well, let's do that right now. Camera image sensors come in a variety of sizes and aspect ratios. A ratio of a square is 1:1, meaning the width is the same as the height. 35mm film is 1.5 times wider than it is high. That means roughly what we're talking about. It's 1.5 times wider than it is high. The aspect ratio in your camera determines what you see when you take a photo. For example, a Canon 5D has a max resolution of 4368 by 2912. All you need to do is divide the large number by the small number to work out the aspect ratio. Therefore, a Canon 5D's aspect ratio is 1.5:1, meaning it's 1.5 times longer than it is high. The larger your image sensor, the more information and the more light it can take into the camera. This means you'll have a better looking image with less noise. Noise is like tiny colored pixels or specks in your photograph or image. And sometimes this noise resembles grain you might see in a film photography. So I hope that gives you a little bit of a better idea about sensors and their relationship to aspect ratio. If you like this Q&A, put any questions you might have in the comment section and I'll try to do a video about it. And if you liked it even more, hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
It's the How To Guy Q&A.